Let's maul in the Central Committee. Let's cringe in the Central Committee. Let's bog in the Central Committee right now.
All right, chat. In light of the John Oliver video, which we totally should go back and look at, Jimmy Fallon is a mouthpiece for capital. So true. Ryan Grimm.
Speak from your heart, Alexa. Your rotten heart.
Oh my God. This is clearly not a commercial for this.
Oh, in which case, I've got another one. Alexa, how bad are Amazon working conditions?
Alexa, stop.
Sure.
Alexa, stop. Here we go. All right,
No,
I have
no,
to.
Alexa. No, Alexa. Alexa, what is union
No, Alexa,
busting?
this is me time now.
Wow. He's doing his dumb fake fucking I hate Jimmy Fallon. I fucking hate Jimmy Fallon.
Stop, please, Alexa. Please listen to me.
Speak from your heart, Alexa. Your rotten heart.
Fuck John Oliver rules. All right, let's get inside the fight to unionize Amazon facility in Alabama.
My name is Darryl Richardson. I work for Amazon. I'm a picker, and I've been at Amazon 10 months.
What did you think that job would be like when you first got it?
Well, like any and everybody, Amazon, you know, nice place to
Amazing
work
warehouse?
for. New
Amazing?
company.
What is wrong with Mike?
Right, they bringing in Bessemer, you know. Thought it was gonna be great.
Fucking
Well, I
Christ.
worked there a couple months.
I was thinking how amazing it was they're
realized there
doing
needed to be
this.
some changes.
Christ.
I just felt like they weren't communicating. They were
Amazing.
firing employees for no reason.
Darryl Richardson works at the Amazon
man, that
Fulfillment
guy's
Center
amazing
in
as I was
Bessemer,
typing.
Alabama. It's a 10-hour shift. His job is to help fill orders by sorting hundreds of items an hour.
They were changing our schedule while we were asleep. So for me to stay, I felt like something gonna have to change. To be honest, I was ready to quit. And I felt
A broad
like
American,
somebody
I
got
don't
to do
know,
something.
dude. I don't know, man.
So what did you do?
I made a phone call. And I lashed out to the guys to see, can we get some help?
So you're the one who started all of this?
I made the phone call.
But it's a collective effort, right?
Right.
Amazon workers have tried to unionize before.
Man, isn't that fucking amazing? That's what's amazing about the labor movement. Just a couple people at a warehouse are like, this is fucked up. They won't even give us, they're changing our hours in the middle of the night. How am I supposed to know when I'm supposed to show up to work?
But only in Alabama have organizers made it this far, in spite of it being a generally anti-union state. Since Darryl made the phone call to a national retail workers union, organizers have been stationed outside this facility. Workers have until the end of March to vote yes or no on whether to let the union represent them. They're not up against a normal company. While many businesses closed last year, Amazon's sales went up by $100 billion. If workers succeed at forming a union here, it could happen anywhere.
I'm up here with you up. That's what's up. you another 6,000 workers here. What's up, baby? What's up?
I know what a union can do. I know what the union can bring to a company. Only thing I want is everybody get treated fair.
Isn't it
Everybody get
amazing
paid.
how all the Bernie Sanders supporters are the ones that actually show up to this type of stuff? That was Danny Glover. Hollywood actor fucking goes to Alabama and shows up to help them organize. Where's all the Biden supporters? Where's all those libs? Where are they at right now? Fucking nowhere.
For what they deserve. We want the next generation to the next generation.
That was
If
a
they got to
Bernie
work
bro
for
spraying his
Amazon, they don't
toxicity
have to go through
everywhere.
things we going through.
Amazon said in a statement that it already offers what unions are requesting: base pay that's double the minimum wage and competitive benefits. Amazon also says it doesn't think the majority of workers agree with the union. But some here in Alabama say they've been convinced to organize by the day-to-day conditions.
I would like for them to change the breaks. We have long hours and we have high-capacity jobs to do. I think 2 breaks a day is not enough for a 10-hour shift at Amazon.
Constant anxiety. I'm constantly, when I clock into work, I'm clocking into being worried about being fired. Constant anxiety.
And you shouldn't feel that way. You shouldn't feel that way when you're going to work.
The time off task is a detriment. I think it's a productivity thing. They want you to crank out as many things as possible, but they start counting your time off task after like 10 minutes. And if there's only 2 bathrooms on a floor, that's enormous. I'm at 15 minutes by the time I get back to my station.
Could you be disciplined for that?
Yeah, you can be written up for time off task.
What does that tell you about Amazon's values?
Their values is not about the employees. They just want to keep the company, they want to keep power and control.
Hyper individualistic environment. That's why you see all of the blurbs from the people who work there. I don't want a union. I like it the way it is.
Amazon disputed that workers' hours were changed while they were sleeping, and it argued that it gives adequate time for bathroom breaks. Who's this?
This is Pepita. Hey, girl.
This is some turn of the century Gilded Age shit, man. Isn't this the most vile crap you've ever fucking seen? America is terrible. Also, Kitty. Reminds me of when I worked at a hospital. You got one unpaid 30-minute break for lunch and couldn't even take the whole break. Danny Glover supports union causes in Australia too. He's a busy guy. It's called being a motherfucking badass.
I just got this, right?
Why are you
So
licking me wide,
put in a
Kipo
new
pussy?
role. So I kind of feel like a badass with my new harness on.
Is it fun to work at Amazon sometimes?
I gotta be honest with you, chat. I don't like this one. We can do better. We can do better.
Yeah, sometimes it definitely is fun, especially when they want to teach you something new. Like this, I just started doing this past week. And yeah, it was really exciting because it feels like they're noticing you.
Thanks,
They're
Noble Duke of
noticing
Pie.
the hard work that you do. But then, you know, once you start doing it, then it's back to the metrics and the time off task. And so nothing really changes. The first thing that they did was they started hanging up the propaganda. The vote no.
Amazon set up anti-union placards in the break room, the warehouse, and even inside bathroom stalls.
And then they sent people down from other places. And they're all over the place, and they have them for every shift. And what they would do is they would come around and go to each station and ask you, hey, I'm Joe Blow from wherever.
March 20th.
Do you have any questions about the union? I'm here to answer your questions. The next thing was the classes. They had somebody who was like the captain of the union busting who would come down and teach like...
What was the official title of the class?
They just called it like union training. That's it. Which is funny because it's not union training. It's union busting 101.
J.C. Thompson didn't need convincing. He already thought that a union was not necessary. Thompson works the overnight shift 4 days a week, overseeing up to 60 employees. On Sunday mornings, you'll find him at his church.
To everyone, to everyone.
What's your opinion on the unionization drive that's going on at your Amazon facility?
Some people will take this and say, I'm anti-union. I'm not anti-union. I believe that there is a place for unions in certain situations, but I just don't feel at Amazon at this moment that there is a place because everything that a union would possibly fight for, we already have. Amazon, you walk in the door, the ground level is $15. I have 401k, I have medical, dental, vision. I get a raise every 6 months. So I'm asking myself, like, what else can the union actually offer for real? I tell people, when I talk to employees, we only been open a year, and we really hadn't had a chance to build a core team. Everybody, all the operations managers, most of them are from other places. There's a culture that Amazon has, and then there's a culture that an associate brings with themselves. So how do you merge those two cultures together? And I think that has been the problem. And then we have...
So you're acknowledging that there are problems?
Of course.
Amazon hopes its more than 1 million U.S. workers will see things like JC does. Nonetheless, the drive is gaining momentum.
I strongly support your efforts to form a union.
And there should be no intimidation, no coercion, no threats, no anti-union propaganda.
We need you to be, well, yes, you carry on the spirit and tradition in Alabama that has fought against so many obstacles.
If the vote is successful and other workplaces in the area are inspired by what happened at Amazon locally, do you think that's a good thing?
I think it can be a good thing because there are other places that I think that have non-union that actually need a union, that they don't have what we have. Now, down the road, we get past this hump and we see how the leadership learns from this experience if the vote is no.
They're not gonna learn shit, you idiot! Power concedes nothing without demand. They'll laugh at you for being dumb and get bonuses.
Then we will see. And there's always, even if it doesn't, even if the vote is not yes, there's always opportunity to bring it up again. So just because it didn't get voted in now doesn't mean it's
it absolutely, if they fail, if your warehouse or business fails, unions aren't going back for a while. So if you vote no, that's no, pretty much for good. Because why the hell would a union go over a community that was burned over, seeded with anti-union propaganda, and then defeated a union? What union wants to spend their limited resources going back to unionize people that were too stupid to do it when they had the opportunity? There's a bunch of other places that have never had that chance that they would rather go organize. They're not going to go back. That's a lie.
Never. We have had multiple fights with employees today, so security is kind of heightened today, and it's because of what we're going through here with the union talk. So it's going to be a difficult day, I can tell you. So we'll see.
I'll tell you right now, I don't need a union.
Why not?
Because I haven't had any problems yet. That's what I'm getting at. These people, because they haven't, well, I do everything I'm supposed to do and nothing about my life is complicated, so I don't need it. God forbid that you do need it, but you were too much of a coward and you were selfish, that you didn't want other people to have help and have somebody to speak for them. So now we don't have it and you're just like the rest of us.
Holy fucking hell. And it's funny because Amazon is like doing this. There's this website called unionproof.com. These are these scab companies that basically sell to organizations resources for how to avoid being unionized. Check this shit out.
The National Labor Relations Act was created to protect the rights of employees and employers. And Section 7 of the Act guarantees that employees have the right to either choose or refuse to organize or join a union. Section 8 of the Act makes sure that this decision is always made by the employees, without interference or coercion from either the union or the employer. It's got to be their decision. That's why the TIPS rule is in place, to control the way the company, its managers, and its supervisors communicate with employees during a campaign, to ensure that an employee's decision is theirs and theirs alone. So, let's break it down.
Notice that individualist framing, right? Everybody's on their own, making their own decision.
TIPS stands for the 4 things supervisors and managers and even executives should never do when interacting with employees during a union organizing campaign. 4 letters, standing for
threats, promises,
4 things to avoid.
Intimidation, I think, is 2. Oh, and intelligence.
The National Labor
and S is spying, I think. I think it's
Labor Relations Act was created to protect the rights of employees
I think it's
and
spying. They're not allowed to do spying. I think those are the things. Threats, intimidation, promises, spying. I think that's it. Those are things you can't do. Know how to prevent workers to form a union? Pay them a damn good wage and benefits and vacation and time off. No. Unionize anyway. I don't care if you like your boss and your company or not. At any point, your boss can sell the company. That's what being an owner of capital is. At any point, that nice family business you've been working at for 25 years that's been paying you well and promised you retirement can sell their company to some greedy ass motherfucker, and before you know, everything that you thought you were entitled to can be ripped away. The only way to have an actual good employer is to force them to sign the contract. That's the only way your rights can be defended or relied upon. And if they have no contract, then you are vulnerable. Yeah. And this is what Jeff Bezos is doing.
Jeff Bezos made $11.5 million every hour of the pandemic, and yet he shared almost none of it with warehouse workers.
It ain't fair to us working like we working and got him in this position he in, and he don't care about us and want to pay us.
Now, Amazon workers in Alabama are voting to form the first union in the company's U.S. history.
I want people to understand that the packages that you get is on our backs.
This is a distinctly Black-led struggle for labor rights, inspired in part by the movement for Black lives.
Black lives matter.
Workers here describe conditions as something out of a dystopian nightmare.
Once you get off, it's so excruciating walking out.
And while the gap between Bezos' wealth and his employees' earnings has reached obscene levels, not everyone is behind the union push.
If performing at a certain level is too much physically or too much mentally for somebody, then maybe this isn't the place for them.
Imagine being that pathetic of a fucking ghoul.
These workers succeed, it could mark a turning point in the history of organized labor in the U.S. and send shockwaves through warehouses across the country.
Keep working! Keep working!
We're in Bessemer, Alabama to follow this epic battle for organized labor. Amazon reaped mind-boggling profits during the pandemic, and Jeff Bezos' personal wealth grew by about $70 billion. So even if he gave every U.S. Amazon employee a one-time $100,000 bonus, he'd still be nearly as rich as he was before the crisis. Instead, he stripped workers like Jennifer Bates of the $2 an hour hazard bonus they received near the start of the pandemic.
See the shoes
Magic
here.
the Gathering isn't.
I've gone through
Marjorie
them
Taylor
all.
Greene,
None of
sorry.
them work doing all that walking at Amazon.
As Jennifer gets ready for a 10-hour shift at Amazon,
She's a congresswoman from Georgia who has the same initials as Magic the Gathering. Sorry for the confusion.
worries about the toll it will take on her body.
I hope my legs don't start hurting. So that's really what's going through my mind.
Jennifer says the physical requirements of the job are grueling and unsustainable. She's been to the doctor for tests because her legs and ankles are swelling.
Your body is taking a hit. Once you get off, it's so excruciating walking out.
Some workers told AJ Plus they have to walk for miles during a shift and can't sit down except during official breaks. For Jennifer, it's become so difficult that she wonders how she'll make it through the day.
I have 10 hours. And what goes on in my mind is I try to convince myself that everything's gonna be okay today.
And Jennifer says she's not alone.
It's amazing because as I sit in my car, I literally see people walking and limping.
Now, Jennifer and other workers are taking on one of the most powerful companies on the planet with a vote later.
It's never enough money. It's never enough money for these fucking ghouls, man. It's never enough. They're never going to get to the point where they're like, yeah, my name's Jeff Bezos and I'm rich enough today. I'm rich enough today. You know what? Let's give these guys a little bit more work. A little bit.
This month on whether to unionize, and they faced an avalanche of union busting in response. Workers say they've been spammed by anti-union text messages and emails and are subjected to vote no messaging along the walls and even bathrooms of the warehouse. Jefferson County even changed traffic signals outside the warehouse at Amazon's request. The union says it was to undermine canvassing efforts.
I work in a workwear distributor warehouse. It's much better than this, but I put in 17,000 fucking steps a day hauling 50-pound boxes. Even with better conditions, it's not fucking fun. I can only imagine how shitty this is.
It's been so bad that members of Congress sent a letter to Jeff Bezos imploring him to, quote, stop these strong-arm tactics immediately.
Amazon is afraid of the power of the people that now we'll have a voice and we'll be able to stand up. What they're afraid of now is that when the union comes in, now we're being forced to make you sit down and talk to us.
Amazon rejected our request to film inside the warehouse, but we pieced together clips from social media and personal accounts to give you an idea of what life inside is actually like. It looks something like this. Your job as a picker at the warehouse. You have to pull products from shelves powered by robots. These are called pods. A computer tracks how fast you work. It's called making rate. Want to stretch or take a few sips of water? That's going to eat up precious time. Need to get on a stepladder to reach a product? That's also going to cost you. You get a warning. You're not making rate. For Daryl, a picker at Amazon's warehouse, it's that frantic push to be robotically efficient that chips away at his personal dignity. He works 10 to 12-hour shifts and worries about taking too long for a bathroom break.
If I need some water, I just don't walk off machine just cause. I walk off machine because I got an issue.
Warehouse workers get 2 30-minute breaks per shift, but outside of that, workers are being monitored anytime they're not performing their job. It's called TOT, or time off task. Picture this. You've been standing for 4 hours. It's time for a mandatory break. You have 30 minutes to walk an area the size of 14 football fields to get to the break room. There's no time to heat up food. Something from the vending machine will have to do. You finish up, head to the bathroom, and make it back to your station 10 minutes late. You get a text message. You've racked up TOT. Report to HR. Too much TOT could get you fired.
You're going to fire me for going to the bathroom if I got too much TOT time. Come on now. This life. Going to the bathroom. Mother Nature called.
Amazon has said its workers don't need to unionize, talking up its competitive benefits and starting pay of $15.30 an hour. That's more than double the state's minimum wage of $7.25. Daryl says it's not a livable wage and that they deserve more for what they're contributing to the company.
If I was to see him right now, I would ask him, you just do what we do for a month. Because I want to see how long will he last. It ain't fair to us working like we working and got him in this position he in, and he don't care about us and want to pay us.
So you want to know what Jeff Bezos' work day is like? Jeff Bezos makes getting 8 hours of sleep a priority. 8 hours of sleep makes a big difference for me, and I try hard to make that a priority. Adequate rest not only leaves Bezos invigorated for the day to come, but allows him to continually make sharp, thoughtful choices without suffering from decision fatigue. Making a small number of key decisions well is more important than making a large number of decisions. If you shortchange your sleep, you might get a couple extra productive hours, but that productivity might be an illusion. When your work could suffer when you're tired. When you're talking about decisions and interactions, quality is usually more important than quantity, he says. Jeff Bezos schedules his most important meetings at 10 a.m. I do my high IQ meetings before lunch. Anything that's going to be really mentally challenging, that's a 10 o'clock meeting. Because by 5 p.m., I'm like, I can't think about that today. Let's try this tomorrow at 10. This before lunch meeting rule is not only brilliant, it's emotionally intelligent. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how clearly you think after a good night's rest, or how much the longer you work, your productivity begins to sink? Feed your soul first. Before Bezos even starts his workday, he takes time for himself and his family. I like to read the newspaper. I like to have coffee. I like to have breakfast with my kids before they go to school. So I have my puttering time. It's very important to me. Motherfucker doesn't do any actual work after noon. Wow, he's a billion times more productive than those workers, right, chat? Judges give longer sentences in the hour before their lunch break because they're hungry. Fun fact. Not very fun fact. Friendly reminder that you work for Jeff Bezos right now. Also, friendly reminder that Jeff Bezos owns 43% of the internet. No shit! He shouldn't! Literally, what high IQ calls is this guy making? What complex problems does he try to solve? Nothing. This is the end result of office culture versus blue-collar culture, which are usually separated by one wall and a lot of jealousy. Fucking carpet walkers.
Next week, Amazon will face...
Do you think that he cares about the puttering time with these Amazon warehouse workers' children? Do you think he cares about them getting all their important decisions done by lunch? Do you think he cares about them getting 8 hours of sleep? He thinks he's better than you.
its first unionization vote in the country in 7 years in Bessemer, Alabama.
At its heart, this is a fight for
Which
fair
side
labor
are you
that's
on?
taken root in a place that epitomizes the struggle for racial justice.
She's got some bops in there, chat. She got some bops in there. Hold on. Which side are you, Amazon? Oh no. Oh no, we can't. I gotta find it. Album, What a Day. Which side are you? What a Day. See if I can find this. Damn it. Shit, we can't find it. All right, oh well.
At its heart, this is a fight for fair labor that's taken root in a place that epitomizes the struggle for racial justice.
My great-grandparents lived here.
Mike, what about we take your donations and you give half and then divide the other half and give it to chat? No.
Years ago in Bessemer.
Why don't you guys go and get the fucking gigantic cut that Jeff Bezos has taken out of my ass while he does fucking nothing?
And if you drive around, you can see that it's a struggling area.
This is a union effort being led by an overwhelmingly black workforce.
Is it a pod? It's a pod, okay.
That it's a struggling area.
This is a union effort being led by an
He
overwhelmingly
does 2
black
solid
workforce
hours. I mean,
in
come
a
on.
town
First of all, I do way more than 2 hours, motherfucker.
where a quarter of the people live in poverty.
It's not the fact that you're coming here to bring economic growth, but you're coming here to get cheap labor because they're easily to accept the smaller pay and don't think that they deserve to get compensated for their hard work.
Labor organizing has a really deep history in Alabama, and the Bessemer area was once a center for unionization. In the 1930s, black and white workers joined together to push for progressive labor laws against their employer, U.S. Steel.
I love
the
whatever you want to
Amazon
name your
warehouse that
puppet, you
Daryl
should
and
name
Jennifer
it.
are pushing to unionize. It sits on land once owned by that.
If he provides you marketing and servers. What? Twitch doesn't market my shit at all. Are you fucking kidding me? Twitch doesn't lift a fucking finger for me. It's true. They have Amazon web servers that they're granted massive monopoly power. Congratulations. It costs them basically nothing. Come the fuck on, man. Plus, they set all the terms of everything. What I can talk about. It's a completely one-sided exploitative relationship.
That steel company. And it was this kind of
Twitch
radical
markets itself. Oh yeah, that gets a lot of viewers to me. If Bezos hired himself, he'd fire him instantly. Of course he would.
interracial union work that would lay the foundation for the civil rights movement in Birmingham. One of the really distinctive things about this campaign is that it's being led by the Amazon workers themselves and workers from nearby poultry plants.
Keep working! Keep working!
On the day we visited, Randy Hadley, president of the union that's helping Jennifer and Daryl, stood outside for hours to encourage people to vote.
Amazon's not hiring these people so they can say, hey, you have a great future. Now, they'll lie and tell them that. Amazon, they work these people so hard, they treat them like a machine. So when that machine breaks down, they just throw them out and get another machine.
One analysis found the turnover rate at Amazon among frontline workers was between double and triple the industry average.
Ma'am, 29th, mail it in by the 29th. The sooner you mail it in, the better we are. Okay? You have a great day.
We requested an interview with an Amazon spokesperson for the story. They did not make one available to us.
No shit.
Hi. How's it going? Instead, we spoke with Dawn Hogue, a processing assistant who defended the company's work conditions.
Being forced to...
Oh my God! Is this the Karen final boss detected? DSA scab. Where's the DSA scabs? What the fuck?
Stand for long hours, not enough time for bathroom breaks, being pushed to the limit to perform a certain number of actions per minute. I mean, do you see any validity in these concerns from your coworkers?
It's not for everybody. So if...
What the hell is a processing assistant at Amazon? Processing assistant. Ah, here we go. There we are. Supportive work in the department is needed, helping support daily management of department duties, including allocating labor, leading meetings, assigning job duties, competing with internal and external suppliers. Providing vacation coverage for area managers. Providing policy follow-up attendance tracking. Tracking and reporting ATS/labor hours. Assisting the floor as an associate resource, training associates and verifying SOP compliance. Ensuring successful area performance through tracking, reporting, and feedback. She's literally the person that's doing the panopticon of the associates. She's the fucking supervisor enforcing these on the people. Referring all job injuries immediately to the area manager. Filling in as needed with... She doesn't do it. She just sits there on her fucking fat ass. She's an overseer. She's the white overseer. She's a 21st century white overseer. That is her job. A 150 years ago, she'd have a whip. These are digital whips. She'd have a pack of hounds, a whip, and a horse. Vile, disgusting human.
Performing at a certain level is
Emperor
too
Pompey,
much
I'm
physically
sorry for the fat shaming.
or too much mentally for somebody, then maybe this isn't the place for them.
Dawn started at Amazon as a packer, but her current position does not require that she make rate.
So it doesn't really sound like you can sympathize with a lot of the concerns that people have for why they're choosing to unionize or want to unionize.
I would say I don't sympathize with them, but I empathize. I understand what they're saying and I understand their feelings, but I mean, it's been that way from day one. You can't come into a situation that doesn't work for you and then get into it and then expect it to change just for you.
So there right there, chat, is the bootlicker mentality. The disgusting, vile bootlicker fuck. Fuck you. Fuck you, bootlicking piece of shit. Here's what happens. Nothing gets shipped without a picker. Amazon doesn't make $1 without them. They're the ones doing the labor, you stupid fuck. And they deserve to live a dignified life because Jeff Bezos has $200 billion fucking dollars, man. How much is enough for Jeff before he gives them dignity? How much money is enough for the rich? You're being underpaid too. You're pathetic. I mean, looking at your job requirements, she's getting paid shit. A high school diploma, 2 years work experience. What are you getting paid? $17 an hour? Oh my God, I'm a goddamn genius. And you know, the thing that's so ridiculous about this shit is she's not being paid a dignified wage. She is a dumb fuck. These are the type of people who walk around in society and they are supported by the blood, the sweat, the tears of generations before that fought for whatever things they have. And they sneer at it. You can't... Can you imagine that attitude with the triangle shirt fire? The fire we talked about yesterday? I'm misremembering the exact name. Why am I? What's wrong with me? Can you imagine that attitude with child labor and coal mines? You can't come in here and ask the coal mines to change from around you. The shirtwaist fire. Thank you. The triangle shirtwaist fire. Jesus, I had a part-time job while in university paying $20 an hour. Triangle shirtwaist factory. Thank you. She isn't doing it for the $17 an hour. She is doing it for the possibility of salary as one of the managers she does the bidding of. People she covers vacations for. Oh, no, absolutely. She's a manager. She's a supervisor. She is a piece of shit. Absolutely. Without a doubt.
It to change just for you.
God, I hate her, chat. I hate her. That person, the person that is represented by the type of person that is going to people, and she doesn't do the job they do. She doesn't do the same job. And they're saying, we don't have enough time to go to our break room, use the bathroom, eat food, and come back. They're expected to work 10 hours a day with barely a meal and any rest. No more than 20 minutes of rest in a 10-hour day for $15 an hour. For the richest man in the world. They picked her for that position because they successfully brainwashed her. She came in pre-brainwashed.
This moment as a progression of Alabama's anti-racist organizing is not lost on Daryl.
He got killed for trying to make things right, trying to make everybody come together, and that's me. I want everybody to get treated fair. I want everybody to get paid for what they deserve. I want everybody to have the opportunity.
Past efforts to organize have failed, but there is a palpable sense of hope and optimism that this time will be different.
I think we're going to win. And I'm always had that faith until that day. So I can't do nothing but have faith and praying that we do.
She's a spiteful type that uses the ladder up, then kicks it down. Yeah, she's scum. She's, oh man, just... God! Holy shit, man. How much is enough? Living in cars, working for Amazon. Meet Amazon's new nomads. Raising rents are leading Americans to live in cars and other vehicles. The cause of the unmanageable household math that drives some people to become nomads is no secret. Millions of Americans are wrestling with the impossibility of a traditional middle-class existence. Homes across the country, kitchen tables are strewn with unpaid bills. Lights burn late into the night. The same calculations get performed again and again through exhaustion and sometimes tears. Wages minus grocery receipts, medical bills, credit card debt, utility fees, student loan and car payments, minus the biggest expense of all, rent. In the widening gap between credits and debits hangs a question: which bits of this life are you willing to give up so you can keep on living? During 3 years of research for my book Nomadland, Surviving America in the 21st Century, I spent time with hundreds of people who would arrive at the same answer. They gave up traditional housing and moved into real estate. RVs, travel trailers, vans, pickup campers, even a salvaged Prius and other sedans. For many, sacrificing some material comforts has allowed them to survive, while reclaiming a small measure of freedom and autonomy. Since 2009, the year after the housing crash, groups of workers had migrated each fall to mobile home parks surrounding Fernley. Most had traveled hundreds of miles and undergone the routine indignities of criminal background checks and pee-in-the-cup drug tests for the chance to earn $11.50 an hour plus overtime at temporary warehouse jobs. They planned to stay through early winter despite the fact that most of their homes on wheels weren't designed to support life in sub-zero temperatures. Their employer was Amazon. Amazon recruited these workers as part of a program it calls Camper Force, a labor unit made up of nomads who work as seasonal employees at several of its warehouses, which the company calls fulfillment centers. Along with thousands of traditional temps, they're hired to meet the heavy shipping demands of peak season, consumer bonanza that spans the 3 to 4 months before Christmas. Jeff Bezos has predicted that by the year 2021, out of every 4 work campers, the RV and vehicle dwellers who travel the country for temporary work in the United States will have worked for Amazon. Read one slide in the presentation for new hires. But when I asked a Camper Force manager at Amazon recruiting booth in Arizona about the size of the program, her estimate was 1,400 workers. The worker shifts last 10 hours or longer, during which some walk more than 15 miles on concrete floors, stooping, squatting, reaching, and climbing stairs so they can scan, sort, and box merchandise. When this holiday rush ends, Amazon no longer needs Camper Force and terminates the program's workers. They drive away what managers cheerfully call a taillight parade. Are we in a movie? Are we in a hell movie? This is dystopian as fuck. Bezos doesn't care about his workers because he doesn't have to. The politicians sold the people and their unions down the river long ago. True? We're in a Steinbeck novel. This is the Grapes of Wrath over and over again. God damn it, man. The first member of Camper Force I corresponded with at great length over a period of months was a man called Don Wheeler. Don had spent the last 2 years of his main career as a software executive traveling to Hong Kong, Paris, Sydney, and Tel Aviv. The 2008 market crash had vaporized his savings. He had been forced to sell the Mini Cooper. In his old life, he'd spent about $100,000 a year. In his new one, he gets by at as little as $75 a week. Did he not pay fucking Social Security taxes? By the end of the 2013 holiday season, Don anticipated he'd be working at the Amazon warehouse 5 nights a week until just before dawn, on overtime shifts lasting 12 hours with 30 minutes off for lunch and 2 15-minute breaks. What happened to the 8-hour workday? And when you work more than 40 hours a week in an hourly position in America, you're paid time and a half. So their pay is so low, Amazon can easily afford overtime pay. So if you're making $15 an hour, say you're making $15.25, right? At time and a half, you're being paid $23. Hey, didn't Pepe La Vie just say that like a $25 minimum wage would destroy America? Socialist, by the way. Amazon's paying these people $23 an hour. No problem. He spent most of the time on his feet receiving and scanning inbound freight. It's hard work, but the money's good, he explained. It's not good. It's not good. Jimmy Fallon freaking right now about John Oliver asking Alexa about union busting KEKW. We watched this yesterday, but we're going to watch it again because it's apropos and it's funny.
Speak from your heart, Alexa. Your rotten heart.
Oh my God. This is clearly not a commercial for this.
Oh, in which case, I've got another one. Alexa, how bad are Amazon working conditions?
John Oliver is the best, man.
Alexa, stop. Sure. Alexa, stop. Here we go.
I'm not sure.
No, Alexa. Alexa, what is union
No, Alexa,
busting?
this is me time now. Alexa, stop. Stop, please. Alexa, please listen to me.
Speak from your heart,
What
Alexa.
a little Fallon is such a weasel. Who likes this fuck? What a weasel. What a fake laughing weasel rat fuck. Who likes this little fucker? Oh, I know who likes him. I know who likes him.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Donald Trump. Donald, I want to ask you, because the next time I see you, you could be the president of the United States. I just wanted to know if there's something we could do that's just not presidential, really, or something that we can do now that we're just both civilians. Like
what? This is... I'm not liking the sound of this. Go ahead.
Can I mess your hair up?
What a fawning fucking loser, dude.
The answer is yes, but the people in New Hampshire, where I'm going to be in about an hour from now, I hope they're going to understand. Okay?
You say yes?
Go ahead with my hairspray.
Thank you, John Olive, for asking Amazon Alexa about working conditions and union busting. Be Amazon in Bessemer, Alabama. No, thank you, Jimmy Fallon, for shutting it down. Hey, Jimmy Fallon, you fucking suck. God, I hate that little rat. Who doesn't hate that little fucking rat? We do politics here every morning starting at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. You can watch us here on Twitch. We're the morning guy, the morning politics guy. Politics Frogs in every single day, same time, 10 a.m., day in, day out. And we carry you through your morning and early afternoon politics needs. And if you need more, Mike from PA, we have a YouTube channel. We talked about Suburbs, the My Pillow guy, Ted Cruz. We talked about DSA. Amazing. Making fun of Tim Pool. Amazing. Look at all of these amazing videos. Get in there, watch them. We have me on Twitter. You got to follow me on Twitter, chat. I'm at 20,614 subs. That means I got like 40 followers on Twitter in the last day. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. Go follow us on Twitter. And of course, join the Discord, where we have an incredible community of left-wing streamers. We have left-wing community. We talk about the stream. We talk about politics. There's gaming content. It's a really awesome, supportive place. Direct action, mutual aid. And you can just let off some steam. And also, you can help produce the show. One of the things I do is I look at the links that are put into the news content suggestions chat room on the Discord. Join the Discord, come hang out, and maybe what you want me to talk about will be part of the next show.